Okay, so eating out and takeouts. Let's talk a little bit about that. So we've tried quite a few fast food chains. I mean, I'm no skinny mini, I like my food. And from McDonald's, say a meal is 14 bucks before tax, just under 15. And that you obviously their standard is our large, but the fries aren't large. So you get regular fries, a large UK drink, which is their standard, and then whatever you've ordered. But yeah, they're 15 bucks before tax. So yeah, just under 15 bucks before tax. A Happy Meal is 5 bucks after tax. And what do we spend? A&W's more money. We prefer Wendy's or Dairy Queen. Dairy Queen's probably the closest to like a Burger King type thing, like the flavour, because it's more flame grilled than the others. So I do prefer Dairy Queen. We have one Burger King here, and it looks so run down, so we've not gone there. We don't really have a pizza chain where we are. To order 2 large pizzas is $60. Back home you could order 2 large pizzas, cheesy chips. Cheesy chips, by the way, isn't a thing at the takeout. Unless you get like a poutine, which is not my cup of tea. And yeah, so we don't really get that. Then Chinese, like per dish, is about $15, and they don't have anything like they have back home. I think they have chow mein, but it's more of it's really, the noodles are quite thick, but they're hardish. They're not great. I've tried, that's 2 different places that I've tried that. So, and obviously that's price before tax or before tipping, which they do expect even if you ring up and purchase your takeout and collect it yourself and you don't leave a tip. I don't believe in tipping. If you're getting takeout, you're not getting a service, because I walk in there and the cook will put it on the side, the guy will pick it up and hand it to me. I'm not paying a tip for 5 paces. So yeah. We've eaten out at the local cafe, which was I got fish and chips, which is beautiful. Nathan got chicken wings, and I can't remember what else he got. So he got chicken wings, and then Freya got a meal. So that was 2 adult meals and 1 child meal, and then 3 drinks. That came to $100. That's just a cafe. That's not even like a restaurant. So that was expensive. Where else we ate at? Me and the girls ate at a chain restaurant, something Mike's. It's a steak restaurant. And we paid $76 for the 3 of us, and it wasn't great, so we won't be going back there. The most cost-effective place to take out I found is Costco, and their pizzas are so much like back home. You can get 1 large massive pizza for 12 bucks before tax. You can get a hot dog and large pop for $2.50, I think $2.59. You can get $1.50 for a pop and a hot dog. $2.59 for they call it a slice of pizza, but it's not. They're huge, and you get 2 big ones, and a fries, which are the best fries I've ever had. I can't remember. I think $2.50, and pop is 90 something cents. So if you buy, and they're the big ones, refillables, unlimited refills, and then they do like the nicest ice cream with like hot fudge, or you can have strawberry or toffee or caramel, can't remember which one it is, and they're around about $2.79. And then they also do the handheld ice creams with a cone, and you get different flavours. So to be fair, Costco's I go to when it comes to takeout. I think that's like pretty much. Oh, I went out with Kate Love, who's obviously on our Facebook group, and she's on Insta, so she's over here on a student visa. We went out to another chain restaurant called Original Joe's. It was quite reasonable because we're obviously only paying for our own meals. That I think came to around about $20 each for a meal and a drink. And then I did take my family back there, and we spent $120 for 5 of us in there. So maybe that restaurant up the road is a bit expensive. So it's not overly cheap to eat out here. Even compared to the UK, I could do cheaper than that. It was somewhere decent. I do miss a carvery. Get another thing here, which is slightly disappointing. I'm just having a look through some of the other options because I've got them up. Entertainment. Oh my goodness, right, okay. So we've been to the cinema a few times, and let me just bring up the cost of cinema. So it's Cineplex. Sweet popcorn, also not a thing in Canada, and I have learnt to make it myself. So if anybody wants to know what the recipe is, holler. Leave a comment or message me on Insta. Just message me on Insta because I'm rubbish on YouTube comments. So teacups, let's have a look. I know it's expensive because I've taken the girls, and it like, I think it was like $40 for me and my 12-year-old and my 6-year-old before foods. Yes, allow my location. You'll do. Doctor Strange, Multiverse. Sure, it's like 17. It is. I'm not gonna log. It's $17 before tax per adult. So that's if you're out, and I think it's $14 each for Evelyn and Freya before tax. So I don't know what it is in the UK anymore, but there's no like, you know, cheap tickets on a Wednesday or anything like that, or 2-for-1 jobbies. I looked at hockey games, but I can't remember. We've not been yet. We want to catch some like this coming winter, so I can let you know then. We're all quite big into rugby, so rugby's actually pretty affordable. Obviously, we live where the Canadian rugby team trains and stuff, so we've got the American football and the rugby that we're going to hit up, I think, this season, which will be fun. I don't think we've really done. We love thrifting. Thrifting's fun. Avoid Value Village because there ain't no value at Value Village. In fact, it's mocked quite a bit on TikTok because I'm that cool mum that goes on TikTok. But like the local thrift stores and stuff, they're like, you could get absolute bargains in there, and I am loving a bit of thrifting. Clothes for kids. There is no Primark. There is no Next. I really do miss River Island for kids. None of that hoo-ha, unfortunately. There is, for clothing, I've obviously got 3 growing kids, so Sports Check is expensive. They say it's like Sports Direct. If Sports Direct was expensive, it's more like JD's, but like kind of bigger version of it, to be fair. We do buy our like walking shoes and stuff and trainers from there. So for Charlie, that's usually my go-to. We use Foot Locker as well for buying shoes and things like that. But really for Freya, I've stuck to Gap and Winners. Winners is kind of like TK Maxx, kind of like TK Maxx. It's definitely like TK Maxx. So I go there and get some stuff for the girls in in there. Nate's not got the patience to look through stuff. but like I paid like for 2 pairs of leggings came to like $23. I do get some stuff from Walmart, but it's not like, they do George, obviously Asda George, but it's not like, how can I put this nicely? It's not like fashion, like the stuff that we get back in the UK. It's very bright, very colourful, and not really my style or my kids' styles. So like I'll buy some leggings. I've got 3 pairs of leggings for Freya, or $5 a pair of leggings. That's the cheapest place you could probably shop. But again, there's not great choice. And although some of it's George, a lot of it's not. So you just have to be beaky. Superstore have their own, but it's not cheap in there either. Like for what was that I'm looking for? A pair of shoes worth $30. And they're just like some pants version, like of trainers. I think I looked at a pair of smart winter boots in there. I think they're like $49. I'd rather go to an actual shoe shop and buy something half decent from there, from spending that sort of money. Thanks. What other shops do we use? I think that's it. To be fair, Gap is my go-to because we've got an outlet, and if you sign up for their emails, you get an extra percentage off. So usually there's 40% off in store, and then I can get an extra 25% off because I've got an email. I'm on their emailing list, so like I can pick up Gap jumpers for next to nothing. I think I paid like $12 for one Gap jumper, which is ridiculously cheap. So a lot of my kids are wearing the Gap at the minute. For Evelyn, her go-to for clothes in the UK, because she's tall and skinny, I hate her, she went to Hollister. She lived off Hollister. Now Hollister is in Canada, but the store is over in Vancouver, and Evelyn likes to go and try stuff on because she's funny with like how they fit and things like that. So the closest thing I found of here is Garage, which is not cheap. I paid $65 before tax for a pair of jeans for her. I got her like jacket in the sale, and that was $30 before it. But there's I think Ardeen is like a cheaper. I still don't find it particularly cheap, and it's definitely not the best quality. So there are other places that you can get things from, like as I said, Gap, which is cheap and good quality and lasts. So it's swings and roundabouts of clothes. I have found it difficult not having the variety of clothing here for the kids like we have back in England. So appreciate Primani, because there's nothing like it here. What else have we got to look at? Utilities we've done, provincial taxes we've done, groceries, housing, public transport. I don't take public transport. Nothing wrong with it, I just don't have the patience for it. So for kids under 13, transport is free. So Evelyn and her friends get buses all around the island. They'll go from here to the city, which said is about an hour away, on a bus, return, and it costs them nothing at all. You can get a day ticket for $5 for an adult. So cheap. So yeah, they're not as reliable as the UK, but we've not had much of an issue with them because my kids managed to get around just fine. Parking, we've found most parking places is free. We've not had to pay. I think we've only had to pay when we've gone into Victoria, and we've paid on a meter as we parked up on the road. But that, it's like, if you're clever, like we'll go to Beacon Hill Park, and it's free car parking. I mean, it's like a 5-10 minute walk into the touristy area of Victoria. So, you know, if you're happy to walk in and park a bit further out, you can still find free car parking. But like, not like the UK where they like charge you to park everywhere. It's not like that here, which is good. Like for like buying, like my son's been after a PlayStation 4 since we arrived, because we left his back in the UK. To be fair, it was trashed anyway. And we're finding it very difficult to pick one up. Like, we've been trying to find one since we arrived in October. Now, they do, like, Best Buy is where we keep going to, but they just sell out so quickly. And we don't really want to buy brand new, because they're ridiculous. It's not far off PlayStation 5 prices, which you can't get hold of. I don't mind paying that price for a PS5, but I ain't paying something that's a couple of £100 off it for something that's old. So, no, we're still waiting for that. I think I've pretty much covered everything. I do have some comparisons in rental prices for you, so across the province. So if we're looking at like Toronto, this has been done on statistics. So they're renting a 1-bedroom apartment for around about 1,700, 2-bedroom for 2,300, and the rent for 3 bedrooms currently around about £3,000. I don't know how right that is though, because yeah, I'd ignore these. These are crap, because they're saying a 2-bedroom property here is 2,600, where it's not. Like, there's such a big jump from renting a 2-bedroom to a 3-bedroom. It's unreal. We could rent a 2-bedroom for around about 1,600, 1,700 a month, but we can't do it anywhere near that for a 3. So go figure. So we're ignoring that. That's a load of poop. You can rent rooms, which is a very normal thing over here. It's probably easier if you're on your own to do it that way, to be fair. I'm just having a snooze to make sure I've not missed anything out. Car insurance rates are quay. Entertainment. Oh, so entertainment also. Okay, so I pay $11.99 for Disney, pre-tax. Remember, guys, I tax for everything. And I pay, so is it $5.99 for Discovery, and then $20, I think. So we've got 2. Well, you can link to more than one device.